All right.
Hello, everybody.
What's up?
Happy Wednesday.
Happy
Oh,
420
yes,
to all of
happy
those people.
420. It is 420.
It sure is.
Really is. I almost forgot. And I've been seeing everybody talk about it on Facebook all day. I don't even know how I forgot, but it is definitely the celebration of 420. So I know everybody's out there having a wonderful time today, and I'm not mad at you. Get your celebration on and enjoy.
Yes, do the damn thing.
For real. If this is your first time rocking with us, we will like to go ahead and just formally introduce ourselves. I go by the name of Kesha Kesh.
And I'm Dr. Real, Mr. Motivational. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's represent for 420. I'm hyped, cocked, and loaded. I'm ready to talk.
All right. Well, y'all know we always talk about it's the family reunion. So we love coming back, engaging, talking, chopping it up. It's the no judgment zone. So we love to have a good time on our Wednesday night shows. So again, kick back, relax, engage in some of these conversations with us. Enjoy 420, and let's get it popping. So moving into our first topic, I see you're back with the updates, Dr. Real. You were telling us you've been keeping us updated on Brian Flores, and something else must have popped off. Now I don't know because I didn't go ahead of time to find out, but I'm gonna sit back and wait for you to let us know what didn't happen.
Listen, things have gotten real in this Brian Flores case. They have added two more people to the case, two more black coaches. A guy named Steve Wilkes and another gentleman named Ray Horton.
Shut your mouth.
Yes. And here's the reason why they joined up. I'm glad Brian Flores did this because he's opening up the floodgates. I don't think it's even about the money anymore. I really think it's about putting the NFL on Front Street, on blast, the major spotlight on. I think that's what this is all about because now he's getting more people to open up. And just like the Me Too case, it took one person to stand up and say something for other people to come along. And I think that's what's happening here. But Steve Wilkes was the head coach for the Arizona Cardinals for 1 year, and they fired him at the 3-13 record.
Wow.
Then they went and hired Cliff Kingsbury, who, mind you, was a losing college coach. He got fired from Texas Tech for losing, and they hired him in place of Steve Wilkes. They never even gave the guy an opportunity to even put his stamp on the program. They fired him. The second guy was Ray Horton. He interviewed for the Titans job. And what happened with this gentleman, which is sad, is they hired a white coach named Mike Mularkey.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that, and I was like, oh, really? So he said that's one of the biggest regrets of his life, that he went along with something he knew was wrong. Because he was already given the job before they even interviewed this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he confessed to this on a podcast, and they're going to use that if they can. It's admissible in court, of course, against them. It's just unbelievable that this is what's going on. And then Brian Flores added three more teams to this lawsuit. It's the Arizona Cardinals, the Texans, and the Titans.
So wait a minute. So help me understand. I know it sounds because I'm trying to really picture this thing. When you say he's adding them on, are these people being summoned, or is it?
No, he's amended the lawsuit to add these additional charges.
Adding them into
into the lawsuit. And the thing about the reason he's suing the Texans because he was once. If you go back and look at ESPN when this was all going on before he filed the lawsuit, he was one of the leading candidates for the Texans job. Mm. As soon as that lawsuit came out, all of a sudden he's not anymore. So just like in any job, if you complain against your boss and your boss does not supposed to do anything in retaliation, the feeling is this was a retaliation against Brian Flores for filing the lawsuit. They was about to hire a college coach, a white guy, no NFL experience at all, but they finally decided to go with Lovie Smith. He's a throw around coach. He's been around for a long time. He coached a bunch of teams.
Right.
He's black, and they want to pound the back for that. But the thing is, you hired a guy, another black guy named David Scully, and he was fired in 1 year, just like the coach Steve Wilkes. He didn't get an opportunity to do anything. He was basically a bridge coach, but no one told him that. You know what I'm saying? He was dealing with the Deshaun Watson debacle. He was dealing with a bunch of stuff. That team was in shambles, and you don't give this man an opportunity to do anything because you fire him. So this seems to get messy. Go ahead.
I remember you saying, you were like, I was like, when do you think, this will be all over? When's everything? The more teams that he's adding to this, it's going to push it out even further, right?
Yeah. They're even really saying it's all 32 teams, but they calling the other 26 teams John Doe teams because they haven't been named primarily. Like the other now is I think up to 7 teams now.
It's making me feel like we playing fantasy right now, fantasy football. So what do you predict is going to happen? Because we're going to revisit this show when this is over. What do you predict is going? Because it's getting real now. It's getting deep.
Again, I think it's not about the money anymore.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I know that's part of it, but I think the primary objective of this whole lawsuit was it's not about awareness either. They're aware of it because they created the Rooney Rule because of it. So they're aware that there's an inequality when it comes to hiring minority coaches. So that's nothing new. They're aware of it. I think it's going to come to the point where it's going to be something like affirmative action is going to be involved in the NFL now. Wow. Before it was never there. But I think now it's going to come down to that. From ruling from that judge, it's going to come down to it because the Rooney Rule is a joke. Yeah. And they proved that with the 2016 hiring of Mike Mularkey. And he knew he had a job before they even hired even interviewed any coaches. And these guys prepare for these interviews because they're long. They're 3, 4, 5, 6 hours sometimes. Yeah. So you're preparing for what's a life-changing or life goal career, and you being played. It's all a sham. It's a joke. You know what I'm saying? You're up there. You're for real, but they sitting there listening to you, thinking about playing golf. They ain't thinking about listening to you. Right. They listen to you, but their mind is somewhere else.
Yeah, so, I'm with you.
I just think it's going to be a massive change in NFL, and of course, it's going to be some money. I hope I'm leaning towards selling out of court, but if he really about it, and again, I'm rocking for him, saying anything about the money, then he's gonna let it play out and let a court decide what they're gonna do with it. Yes, and NFL's powerful, but it's catch this time from a Washington newspaper last week saying, "Can we stop talking about racism and start listening to all these stupid, dumbass reasons why we shouldn't be talking about racism?" And I was like, "This is a national newspaper print some crap like this. Are you serious? That's what we're doing." So this case is important because this happens in a lot of work areas. It ain't just in the NFL. It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
There's plenty of people who've been very qualified for jobs and or just high ranking careers and don't get it, and they try to say, "Oh, well, he's more qualified than you." Yeah. We didn't know. Oh, we didn't consider you this time. And you're not stupid. Like you peep game. So let's just rock with that Brian Flores. Even if you don't agree with his motives, this is one thing I think we need to support this man. And Wilkes and Horton. This is my opinion. I'm with him.
Wow, a lot going on out here in these streets. Woo. Yes. Well, definitely continue to keep us updated, Dr. Real. And again, like I said, we're going to revisit to see what the end results are, when the outcome comes about, because I'm interested in knowing is it going to match up to what we are saying. Right. So moving on to our next topic. We're talking about Black Lives Matter have issues.
Ooh, child. What? You got time?
The group? Where the group at? Because I'm trying to figure out what I missed.
These fools, listen here. They don't even know who's in charge of Black Lives Matter no more because the co-founder of it, she left last May. She assigned two of her buddies to be council members, but they never took the job. They confessed in September they never took the job, and now there's millions of dollars unaccounted for after her resigning. They are a hot, super hot ass mess. They raised $90 million in 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the address on their tax reforms are wrong. You a big business, you a big nonprofit charity, and your tax form had the wrong damn ID. I mean the wrong address. And the New York Times reported that the director, her name is Patrice Collars, she spent $3.2 million on real estate around the United States.
So let me ask you, have they stepped down because they've gained financial, what's the words I'm looking for? Are the people missing? They stepped down or they've switched titles?
No. She resigned in last May. And then they did a quick audit and found out all this money was missing and found out she bought all these houses across the country. And they're okay, where you get this money from?
And they could still hold her accountable.
Yeah, because that's financial improprieties, but they haven't done a full-blown investigation yet. But the problem is there's nobody in charge because everybody who was with them are now taking their name off of their profiles on Twitter, and Amazon has taken them off of the charitable contribution list for them. So it's getting pretty bad for Black Lives Matter, but that's not the only thing that's going on with them. The FBI has alleged that for Black Lives Matter history, Black Lives Matter and their initiative to get them to defund the police has contributed to a 32% increase in Black murders since 2020. And they're saying this is the first time that the government has ever said this in the past 3 years. It's not because of the coronavirus. I was like, what? Wow. For real? So I come by no biscuits last week because of the coronavirus, but this ain't got nothing to do with Rona, huh? We just okay. So the FBI has a history of getting into Black organizations and destroying them from the inside out. Been doing it for years. Yeah. They got rid of Freddie Hampton, and one of his, what I'm saying, they infiltrated that. They infiltrated the Black Panthers. They infiltrated MLK stuff. They infiltrated Malcolm X's. They're everywhere. That's what he do. But Black Lives Matter, everybody will get mad because the founders were not Black. So we're like, well, I was okay. I don't know what they have to do with any damn thing. If they really caring about us being protected, I don't give a damn what color they are. They can be purple, green, pink. I don't give a damn.
But let's be real, Dr. Real. I could see us getting mad.
Yeah, I can understand. Mm-hmm. But my response to that, my rebuttal to that, be okay. Why you didn't do it? You had opportunity. You've been Black just longer than me, probably. So we all know what's going on. So we could have done that. But now that it's in shambles, we need to take it over and change the mindset of what that means. Because people love to say, well, all lives matter. We're not saying that. That's not what that means. Because I've been using Black Lives Matter as a hashtag before that was a thing.
Yeah, but I was just about to say that. See, we might want to be careful with using these hashtags now, because then we'll be, with all this is going on, we may be a part of organized crime.
I mean, it's true. Maybe I've been using that tagline before. No problems. Nah, none. But I've been using that tagline before they ever came to prominence. But it's wild. They got $60 million in the bank, but nobody's in charge of the organization. So I got a feeling you're gonna hear something soon. The IRS is hungry for money. We sending all this McDonald's money to Ukraine. By the way, your boy Brandon done sent $800 million to Ukraine last week.
I love when you talk about the McDonald's money. Let me zoom in on you so you can say it again.
I'm just saying, man. This man sent $800 million of McDonald's money to Ukraine. Not 8 million, not 18, but 800 million on top of the already millions they've already sent to this country.
Them coins, yes.
But then y'all mad about immigrants coming from Mexico and other places, but you glad they taking their refugees. Won't, you know what I'm saying? Y'all chasing down people that owe $200 worth of taxes. Y'all chasing them people down, but you got $800 million to send to somebody else.
Facts.
When your own family sitting here, they back in their stomach because they're hungry. Mm-hmm. But you ain't got the money for us, huh?
Nothing. McDonald's.
That's you know how mama used to do. I know my mama did it. Mm-hmm. Mama, can I get a Big Mac? You got some McDonald's money, and they get a snick and the neck go back. You know what it is. I feel that same damn way about Joe Biden. Joe Biden and Joe Obama, he running again. I hope he running to get this damn shit and get out of the White House. Don't run again, because you already sleep half the damn time anyway. We good, bro. You old, fam. Real old.
It is so true. It's so true. Wow. It's getting deep, y'all. Well, you know,
it's crazy out here.
Yeah, it's a thing of we just got to be knowledgeable. We got to continue to pay attention to what's going on around us, you know, so we're not out here like a deer in headlights, but it's just getting crazier and crazier by the day.
As hell. So y'all need to keep y'all stuff together.
We ain't even stepped fully in summer yet. Summer ain't even.
It's always sun every month. May is around the corner. So it's something gonna pop up in May for sure. These gas prices, summer coming, right? So you might be used to $3.75, $3.90 because the summer's coming. You saw that.
So is it? I've seen two things. One about the mask mandate. This is my confusion a little bit here, and I ain't gonna stay on this too long because I saw something a couple weeks ago talking about, well, the numbers dropped. Nobody else is mentioning anything about the virus. And I seen something that said the numbers have now shot up. The numbers are at an all-time high.
Yep,
within the last couple of months. Mm-hmm. And I seen where you no longer have to wear your mask on airplanes anymore. Mm-hmm. They made it to where it's not, but they said, but be cautious because that does not mean you don't have to wear them in the airport. Now, I say that to say this. If you're saying the numbers have went back up, why would you force the numbers to quadruple? Because now you're saying you don't even have to wear your mask when you're flying, taking these trips and stuff. It sounds like a bunch of dumb shit to me.
I mean, but it's no different. It's no different, Kesha, than saying you can go to a restaurant with your mouth covered, but when you're eating, you can take it off. Now I understand you got to take it off to eat, but they act like the coronavirus can be like, all right, my bad, bro. You eating? My bad, man. I'm gonna holler at you. You know what I mean? That ain't how that shit work, bro. I mean, you eating, your mouth is open. You inhaling anything in your nose. That does not change because you're eating. The virus gives a damn about you eating your crab legs. They don't care.
Oh, I love.
Don't care you in the club turning up drinking. It don't care about that. But
really don't.
But see the thing, Kesha, I see why people think this is a joke.
Yeah.
Because the way they disseminate the information, you have one side saying something, and the right side saying something completely different. So who the hell you listen to?
Who?
Like, I mean, what is it? When Fauci said the damn mask don't work, then why the hell we wearing them, bro?
Right.
If you saying that, why are we wearing these things, bro? I mean, what's good, fam? I mean, come on, bro.
Carlos said it's a setup. I agree.
I mean, I don't know what their agenda is. I know they had a town in China where this originated at. They got their whole junk locked down. They can't go nowhere.
Is it still locked down? I saw something about that.
Locked down. Can't go nowhere. I'm like, what's happening? Is this the new version will hit us in the fall? Because it's always the fall. It's always the winter time, fall time, when they know everybody's in close and in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You move around much when it's cold. You know what I'm saying? And people being nasty. So that washing the hands shit everybody was doing in 2020, that shit is over. People don't wash their hands no more. Mm-hmm. That's a damn shame. You learn that in kindergarten. You learn everything in life in kindergarten.
Facts.
How to stand in last in line and be patient, as you learned that in kindergarten. How to wash your damn hands, how to say please and thank you. So I don't know what's wrong with these people. What y'all done lost due to this virus and y'all common damn sense. But Power Family, I'm gonna say this real quick, a quick segue. It's some crazy people out here right now. I know y'all heard about that man that ran over that woman twice with his vehicle over a fender bender.
Yep.
The guy on the subway, that was weird. We ain't got on that yet, but that was kind of weird. He dropped all the information besides his birth certificate for them to identify who the hell he was. Okay, that's weird.
Yes.
It's just so much, and all these states are letting everybody walk around here with concealed weapons and not have to have a license no more. So this almost sounds kind of purgish, and I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but I don't believe everything people tell me. Mm-hmm. I'm a big trust but verify person. I hear what you're saying, but I'm about to verify the shit out of it though to make sure you legit.
Yeah.
I hear you. I'm shaking my head. Mm-hmm. And guess what? My damn Dick Tracy going on. I'm about to start investigating all of it. But please be safe, y'all. It ain't worth throwing a middle finger up at the guy that cut you off in traffic. I know we get used to it, but these people do not have any regards for life at all.
Yeah. Dr. Real, I seen a video where they were sharing, it was going viral on social media. They were at a swim party, and this girl and this other girl, they were like exchanging words back and forth, just the normal, just exchanging words. So the girl was out of the pool and she went to confront the girl that was sitting up under the little shade or ramp or whatever. And the girl pulled a gun out of her purse like she was pulling out a piece of gum, and was like, the facial expression was like, I'm not about to argue with you. She pulled her gun out and pop, 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 shot the girl. The girl fell back in the pool. Everybody looking around like, what was that? They had a pool party. Like, it was just like that. Monday, it was a lady. This is a grandmother. I think she was about 57 years old. And she has full custody of her grandchild. This happened out in Plano. Mm-hmm. And she has full custody of the grandchild. And the mom was like 24. And she had wanted to see her daughter. The grandmother was like, okay, cool. We could meet at Starbucks. She met her at the Starbucks to let her see her daughter. The 24-year-old pulled out a gun and killed the grandmother right there on the patio at Starbucks and tried to run off with the baby. Where the hell you think you going? You just shot and killed this lady in front of everybody at Starbucks. And to your point, that's what I'm saying. My message is, it is not worth it. We are not living in the same day and age where you can look at somebody crazy and roll your eyes or, give them the finger like Dr. Real said. You gotta be. Just keep it moving, because these people are pop a cap and keep going. And for some strange reason, they think that they can drive off to the sunset and go eat, a steak. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, they even had a guy last year. I see the billboard all the time on drive around Dallas. He did it right here. He shot and killed a guy in road rage last February. Last February, he shot and killed a guy over road rage, and they have his truck all over the billboard all the time. But it's like I said, people don't care. Like, they don't care about you living over petty stuff.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying? There's really, like Chris Rock really said a long time ago, there's a reason to kill or hit anybody. You just don't do it. You might have a legitimate damn reason, but the stuff they're killing for now, you look at me wrong, bro.
Yes. So
look at my girl, dog. Bang bang.
You gotta pick and choose. I'm so tired of seeing stuff happening in Deep Ellum. It's like they have a shooting every other 30 minutes.
They did all that hard work to get that area cleaned up for people to come down there and chill, and it's going right back to how it was in the 90s, and that's crazy. That's sad.
Sad stuff, y'all. Sad stuff. But to keep it moving, here's a very good question. And if you're out there and you're wanting to chime in, go ahead and get your fingers ready to type. Has the pandemic increased open marriage? Get your fingers ready, y'all.
Yep.
Has the pandemic increased open marriages? Yep. I think so. Mm-hmm. I definitely think so. But I'm gonna let you go first, Dr. Real, and sure. I want to give my and take on Y as well. But go ahead. What's your thoughts on that?
So when I saw this topic come across my timeline, I had to read the article, and it was extremely it was funny to me because we talked about poly and stuff in the past, and that's one thing they talked about. There's more couples are ready to go poly, and here's what I think is happening. What I think happened. A lot of times people get married for the reason other than what they should get married for. And when you have to spend, you can't go nowhere, right? So if you have to spend 6 months locked up with somebody that you used to know because y'all don't communicate anymore, not effectively, you just might, good morning, babe, love you, and then all your conversation is kids, bills, and that's it. You're not talking about nothing intimate. You have nothing going on. So when you're stuck with that individual, you start realizing, well, God damn, there's no work to go to. There's, there's no escape. You're around each other the whole time. You're in lockdown, in quarantine.
Yeah.
You really get to see that person because there's no way that you're not able to hide. You should know enough about that person already. Whatever they showed you, you should already seen it. But maybe you get your eyes refreshed and like, damn, I do not like this motherfucker. Any ill will you had buried in your chest, 6 months around somebody that you don't know no more because y'all done let work and the kids and just life in general put that bridge between you. Hell yeah, you're gonna start talking about some allegedly Will and Jada shit. Like, and a lot of times there's no more men. There's not as much as men doing no more as women are doing it. The problem with the man want to do it a couple times, they want to stop.
Yeah.
But the woman like, oh hell no, Playboy, you open up Pandora's box. Let's get it. I can get different sizes, different. It's like this man can do shit you can't do, and I might want to taste a woman. Hold on, I got freedom. I ain't going back to that bullshit just with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You open the floodgate, and now you're mad. So yeah, I think it definitely influenced it for the few reasons I did state. Yes.
I agree. I think that it definitely had an influence on it, only because of this. Well, not only because of this, but I can say because of this. Think about it. The pandemic, it caused people to be in a room together, forced in a room together for long periods of time. Even if it was you working from home, you work, you get up from work, but you all are there together all day. So what began to happen is that all the online dating began to blow up, these different dating websites and things like that. And then the interest of the unknown was sparked because now I don't really know that person, but I'm interested in getting to know that person. However, I'm scared to leave baby because I know baby. And I am getting a peace of mind because I'm sick of baby. We've been sitting in this damn house all day together. So to allow me to be a little bit more at peace with baby, I'm gonna go over here and tap into this. So now you're mingling, you're online, you're dating, but the excitement comes from, okay, we're gonna have to meet up soon. And you're still able to deal with baby. So now when it comes to the point of getting out in the world, to be honest, a lot of things is outnumbered now. Once this thing started to take effect, there are so many people with being okay with trying to get to know other people and setting those expectations in their relationships to talk about, but we gonna still be together though, right? Because you're afraid to leave baby, but you want something else. And it's so normal now. So a person that's not interested in an open marriage, it's kind of like you're still outnumbered because there's so many different other people that's willing to do so. So either you're going to be arguing with your spouse about how you ain't up on the up and up, and your spouse is trying to verify with other people what's going on. And I'm probably sure 90% of the people they're talking to and saying, yeah, that's what's happening. That's what everybody's doing. So you're really feeling crazy. And when you really step out there and to realize and see it, you're like, damn, this is what's really going on. So whether I leave or not, I'm possibly going to be in a situation to where I have to adapt to that type of norm. So should I stay or should I go? But as I look at the world, everyone's having open marriages and they're okay with it. And I'm looking stupid because I don't understand it. What do I do? You know what I'm saying? Pandemic, I say definitely played a part in it. Is it becoming norm? I'm not saying it's normal, but it's becoming the norm.
Yeah,
it is. It is.
I mean, we're slowly destroying social constructs. We're trying to hold on to some of them, which is dumb to me, especially when they're trying to hold on to are stupid. But they're slowly making everything okay. Kind of like the last, if you're a historian like me, I love history. Mm-hmm. We're like Rome when they were in their last days of their empire.
Yeah.
They just started letting all kind of shit go on. They ain't care no more. It was just, you want to do that? Go ahead and do it. I'm cool. And that's where we're going to, because the generation that's going to rule this country soon, they're open to every freaking damn thing.
Everything.
They don't give. They're like the 60 kids on steroids. They're like, live free and do whatever the hell you want to. There's no judgment. There's no rules. Just have fun. And like, that's not really how the freak life works, man.
Right.
You're like that manager that came in too hard, and all the employees hated him, so nobody want to work for him. And then he switched up to being too nice, and now everybody do whatever they want to. They don't respect him.
Yeah. And
that's where we are. For me as a society, we just don't. Nobody really cares about nothing. Nothing's personal anymore. Nothing's private. People put out the most embarrassing stuff just to get attention and get likes, which is just, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
This is totally might be off topic a little bit, but not really. I think it kind of ties in with it. If I was Dwayne Wade, and I'm not, but if I
saw that.
I would protect my child from what was shown on the video. This is just me. The baby already got enough going on with the choice that he has made to be a sheep and being black. Let's just put it out there.
Yeah.
I don't give any famous or not.
Yeah.
That's already tough. He's still a baby. Everything don't have. Everybody got to see everything. I know we're to the point now that we just have our blinds drawn and we come out of the shower butt ass naked every day. We've gotten to that point. We're comfortable with that. I've seen a murder on Facebook was shared 300,000 times.
Yeah.
Why the hell would you share that for?
Yeah.
300,000 times? I'm like, so we're freaking voyeurs, and that's all we freaking do. And we put all our business out there. You wonder why marriages are opening up. Because you can tap in, put your password in, you have access to everything the world has to offer, whether it's good or bad. And it's right there for you to look at and digest daily.
I want to hear what Carlos was saying. He said Gabrielle Union did that. He said that boy was fine till she came along.
All I know.
But how would Gabrielle do it? Do you think that Gabrielle? Okay. How did Gabrielle do it? Because I think that he was already going through these things. And one thing about it too is, I don't think everybody was just judging him for the way that it looked. Him and what was trend. The thing is, you're a kid still. Like, you should not be allowed to do that anyways. No matter if it was public. What the hell y'all doing kissing? Like, what it was too much, and I think that we get so caught up into this freedom of speech, and this generation needs to have a voice. You can have a voice, but I'm gonna have the last say so. We could talk about it, but it's gonna look right and it's gonna be fair. Like, you don't get a chance to stand up here and it was a decision.
You have a voice, but what the hell are you saying though?
Nothing. He wasn't saying nothing.
What are you saying? You got
their tongues so deep in each other's mouth. They wasn't saying nothing.
I just that's something. If they allowed it, and that's them. But that was a private moment that should have never been broadcast for everybody and mama to see it.
Right.
What was the point of that?
I still don't know. I really don't know.
I just don't. I don't, man. I'm not judging. For anybody had to say, look at that real judge. I'm not judging. I'm just speaking the actual factuals. I'm not
I'm
judging
just
anything.
trying to understand because I still don't understand, and I need to understand.
It just does not make any sense to me from my perspective.
Right. Carlos said he may have been, but when you tell a kid it's okay to love who you want, etc., this is what happens. Yeah, Carlos, that's what happens. But at the same time, at the end of the day, not under my roof. You know, this you're free to do what you want to do, but at the same time, I have a say so in it, and I'm pretty sure that there could have been some more adult conversations being held, not just about you're free to love who you want. That's cool. You are. Exactly. But we're gonna still be respectful on this. And while you with me, we're gonna do things a little bit differently. So exactly. I don't know. It's too much. It's a lot going on.
Too much.
That's what she is.
Y'all need to pay attention, man.
Yeah. We got to.
And for everybody that always talk about damn distractions, if you let something as simple as a slapping another person on stage distract you from what's going on in the world, you lost already. We don't need you.
What do you mean about the distractions?
Because that's what we love to say every time they release a story and they like, that's just a distraction for. So you can't do two things at one time. I mean, right. you can't. Your brain doesn't work that way. You can't like, okay, that's cool. I'm gonna talk about that because it's a trending topic. But I'm not naive enough to not recognize what other shit is going on. Come on, right. Man. We gotta stop that conversation. We better than that. Yeah, our brains are way more functional, but we can digest the gossip, that's what it is, but still look at the meat and the issues. Come on now. We strong about doing that.
I hear what you're saying, Carlos. He said exactly, I agree, but when you're down with the mess too, you aren't going to say anything to that little boy. Yeah, but and then again, I guess it is the Hollywood stuff because most of the times when these kids grow up, Hollywood, they already have a network that's out the wham. They're already established. Most of them, they get they're entitled to so much. So I think maybe the parents are feeling like they're speaking adult to adult. Even when these kids, because of the things that these kids have, the value, which really they're the ones that gave it to them. But for some reason, when I look at children, teenagers or whatever, in the Hollywood limelight, it's like they're on the same, they're in the same seats as the parents. It's like it's fair across the board. I don't see I'm the parent, you're the child. It's really like equal. That's how it appears to me. And they really do allow them to be as vocal and do what they want. And maybe it's the Hollywood stuff. I don't think I would never know, but that's got to be what it is. It's crazy. It's deep. But yeah, it was too much. It was too much. Yeah.
Sorry, I got off top. It just really like, come on, man.
No, I mean, it's something that needs to be said. One other thing that we wanted to talk about, y'all, and this was something that I wanted to share because when I seen this going on my timeline, it really made me think. But it also made me think about how you were saying, Dr. Real, like, man, people are crazy. You got to be aware. You got to be mindful. And this is more so about respect social media boundaries. So to elaborate on what I mean by that, one of my Facebook friends, and when I started reading this stuff, I was like, it seemed like something from a movie. This guy, he actually, people take breaks from Facebook. So he took a break from Facebook. Well, because he have all these, what do you call it when these women look at these men as if they are, well, for one, the women look real thirsty. I'm gonna say that they look real thirsty, but they feel like they know these people. You know what I'm saying? And what happened was, and my mouth was like, "What?" He said that, "Hey, I took a break from Facebook. I deserve to take a break, only to find the cops knocking at my door, 4 police officers knocking at my door today, this morning, because they felt like they got word that I was possibly deceased.
Oh,
So,
welfare check? Oh my God.
yes. So let me go into even further details. So one of the chicks that's on his friends list commented and said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, but I was just so worried about you." And he don't even know this lady. But this she, and then we were looking like, dang, like this is some TV type stuff. So we clicked on her profile and come to find out she got him as her profile. Like she's infatuated with this guy. But
Wow.
he was saying that I'm going to delete this blue app because I am highly pissed off that this person has sent 4 cops to my house to check to see am I deceased because I ain't been on Facebook. But like, this is why I say respect the boundaries of social media. I get that. If you're my family, and I want to be clear, if you're my family or you're my coworker, or you're my friend, and I have not heard from you and all these things, I may get concerned. But for you not to know this person and for you to go the extra mile to call the cops to go check on this person, you are crazy. And something is wrong with you. Like, what? Who does that? That's why I say this social media thing, it makes people feel like they really truly know someone and they don't. And you are overstepping your boundaries. How dare you get in somebody's business like that? And the person was on there saying, "I'm so sorry, but I was so worried about you. Don't you ever scare me like that again. I missed you." And the other ladies was like, "Girl, do you even know him?" Like, they don't even know him. It's stupid.
It's almost like I'll compare it to like some people think they know celebrities because of the interview they do and the movies they watch and the song they listen to, but they don't know shit about Rick Ross.
Right.
All you know about Rick Ross, yeah, oh, and him talking about money, screwing your women, and you're broke, and he has more houses than you. That's all you know about Rick Ross, and he own Wingstops. But other than that, you don't know nothing about him. That's why the old saying goes, "Never meet your heroes," because a lot of times people are not what they portray to be, and then you find out, damn, this person sucks.
Right.
So it's the same thing when people you start getting maybe a online friendship, when you start posting pictures and all that good stuff and everything, but I still don't really know nothing about you. I met you online.
Right.
You can be anything you want to be. Hell, I can be the Black Superman online if I want to be.
Yeah.
But in real life, I know I'm not. But I can show top that shit online, and I can make you believe what I would want. It's like you said earlier, it's fantasy.
It is, but it's like you were saying on the last show. This give people this is the easiest way to get in touch with a person. It's different from like back in the day. You have to write a letter or you call them on the house phone or something like this. These people can feel like they can dive right through this screen and be next to you or something. And it's really disrespectful. You guys, you got to respect other people's. You got to respect boundaries. You get people. If I'm gonna tell you like this, if I get a FaceTime or what you call it, the little thing through the Facebook notification thing, the messenger, people just will send you a friend request and start FaceTiming you. I block them immediately because first of all, like, what's wrong with you? Like, it's just like coming and checking the door, seeing is it unlocked, and if it is, you walking into the house. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. I get something like that, and it bothers me, and I'm just gonna block it. It ain't up for debate.
Right.
We're not gonna go back and forth because what's wrong with you? And normal people don't do that. You don't just run through. What the hell?
I will say this: I appreciate the effort. But you were wrong as hell. But I appreciate you because something could have been wrong with me. Appreciate it. But I also could have been here smoking me a bong and it's 420 and here I got 4 cops knocking on my damn door that I wasn't expecting to come over.
Yeah.
And because of you, I'm going to jail now.
I mean, it's just boundaries though. Not only that, Dr. Real, I could see it from a perspective of if you were really, really worried, you can see a person's family on their page or whatever. Well, I guess in her situation, she's saying he had not been on there. So I don't know if he deleted his account or if he did whatever, but I was going to say you could have reached out and messaged one of the family members or something, say, hey, I'm just a concerned Facebook fan, whatever you want to say, but to send the cops to this man's house, 4 of the cops to this man's house and say you were worried because he hasn't been on social media and you thought that he was deceased. Come on. You
I
can't,
mean,
you can't do that.
she got red flag. She a Martian girl in a Martian band. She
Yeah,
got red flags flying.
everybody was in that. I'm gonna go back and check how many comments is on there. Or he said he was gonna delete his stuff because he said it's crazy.
That's
and
wild.
not only that, she got his profile picture as her picture.
See, yeah. See, he gonna mess around. He better hope he ain't got no too much personal information on there because he might be on the
And she said, you know what? She said
around.
something about that. She was like, all of your personal stuff. I think he just bought a home or something. And she said something to the point. What she was really I don't think she was defending herself. She was just apologizing, but she was admitting, like, yeah, I did it because I was worried about you. But everybody's like, you don't even know him. And she was like, yeah, but all your information comes up because you just bought this house and you got all this stuff out there. I really thought you were deceased. Like, what if he got a wife? Like, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
People, you got to be careful. There are some people out there. There's nothing wrong with being cordial, and nice and interacting with people on social media. But when things go to getting real crazy, pay attention to those signs. And sometimes you gotta know the signs are real. If it act like a duck and it quack like a duck, it's probably a duck.
Mm-hmm.
So pay attention to those. But I thought that was very, very interesting. I just kind of, that's one of the first things I seen on social media this morning. I was like, dang, wow. It got deep. It got really deep. Wow.
That is wild. It's crazy.
It is.
Oh, man.
Carlos says stalker and crazy. Yeah.
You know it's going to get, that. If you have never watched Black Mirror on Netflix, it's an anthology series, you really need to watch that show. Because I truly believe that they're on to something. And this reminds me of the episode where everybody was basically like a Facebook character almost. They were real people. But you can say something that I don't like, and basically I give you demerits, and your popularity decreases immediately.
What's the show again?
It's called Black Mirror. Like, people would actually turn on you. Like, you started at 100. But you bumped a girl and you spilled coffee on her brand new white shirt and she makes a face at you, and everybody else in Starbucks does too. You go from a 100 to a 70, and now like people don't like you anymore. You're almost ostracized from society. It's a really good show. I mean, it just goes into some things you're like, damn, like how far are we away from that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How far is virtual reality going to take us where we communicating in person and we all just in these goggles, and that's how I talk to you. There's some people right now that if there wasn't texting, they would have no idea how to talk to anybody because they will not take phone calls. You better not call them. You better text them because they will sit there and watch that phone ring. Yeah. it's just weird. I love technology, but man, it's like with anything in this world, you can make something good. And people gonna find a way to make it their own.
They are, but and just like Carlos said, he said it's not far away. But think about it. Like you were already talking about who's about to start running this world now, this generation of people. Because back in the day, the smaller technologies and the things that people were coming up with was it was the telephones versus beepers, pagers, whatever. Or the normal of from going from the typewriter to the computer or what have you. Now this different type of technology is on a whole nother level, which is pretty much being invented by the generation that's going to be running this world. So I could see it not being too far, just like Carlos said, because we're already in it. And it's going to move faster and faster and faster because that's what this generation is about. They're like, go, go, go. We were like, hold up, wait a minute, let me think about it. This may not just sizzle right, with me. Or they're like, go, 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 let's go. And it's happening like immediately. So world is already tech addicted and don't talk now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You'll find somebody dead before they even call you.
You're right.
Like, damn, you couldn't call and tell me that. I mean, I'd rather heard it on the phone than have to go on Facebook and find somebody died. Like, man, like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It is very, it's crazy, y'all. But we just gotta, I don't know, we gotta make the right decisions. We still have to, and I'm talking to all the parents out there, just even thinking about the stuff that we're seeing online and how they're making all this stuff right. We still gotta be parents, don't stop letting the world make you feel like your parenting skills are wrong, And again, until that child is that child can do whatever they want once they're out of your home. But that it's okay to require respect and all those things as long as you're the parent, you're the head. If they want to change it up, they got to be the head of their own household.
So real quick, how do you feel? I seen this debate actually I responded to this guy on Twitter about, I'm not Twitter, but TikTok. He was saying not to kick your kid out at 18. That's like a black generational curse, blah, 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 blah. I said, yeah, I wanted to leave at 18. I had no problem. I wanted to leave. And I know everybody's not prepared for that, but my mom said, I gotta get out anyway. That's how her generation was raised to do things. But I was ready to go. Now, I'm not gonna do my kids that way. But here's the thing that I told him. What conversations have you had with your children? Because now your relationship is going to change, just like they're changing.
Exactly.
So you can't have no curfew for them, right? They technically grown, right? You ain't gonna tell a person out of high school you gotta be home at 10 o'clock. Like those, I feel like as a parent, those privileges are kind of, you gotta loosen the restraints on that because now they're transitioning. But are you allowed them to smoke in your house? Are you allowed them to drink in your house? Like, because those things you got to, like, this is where I'm at on the contract. Are you gonna allow them to have sex in your house? Right. Like, what things, adult things, are they not gonna be able to do in your house? Because everything I just named is adult things.
It is. And you know what, Dr. Real, that's something to talk about because I don't think a lot of people think of it like that because as a parent, and I seen this on a TikTok too, it was the parent was telling the child was pretty much telling the mom, hey, I'm about to be 18 now. So guess what? You can't just leave me here with your kids. Those are your kids. Those aren't my kids. Like pretty much I ain't babysitting for you. And you can't tell me this, that, and the other. So the parent was like, okay, well, I'm gonna start. You're gonna have this bill, that bill. They went back and forth. And the child told the mom, and you no longer can put your hands on me again because at that point it becomes abuse because I'm an adult and you can't be abusing me. And it was knowledgeable, but it was like, wow, I don't think people think about this. Me personally, I didn't have to. I left when I was 18. I was out of my mom's house. I had my own place, and that was just what I thought you were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? My daughter will be 18 June 1st. I have a daughter that's 24. She does not live with me. And my daughter, I'm not trying to push her out on June 1st, but we've been having conversations up until June 1st. And in addition to that, I've been telling her that we're going to have to get some things written out because you cannot stay with me forever. So I'm going to help her be successful, but I'm not going to make her feel that it's okay to stay with me forever because it's not. And I mean that.
And that's the conversation that everyone, especially in the generation X generation, a lot of my classmates talking about, I ain't never gonna keep my kid out of the house. They can say long they want to. Again, I get the financial part of it because it's definitely wrong to send a child out there. Their credit is bad, they have none. Most places won't even, especially in the housing market now, renting ain't no way they'll make it before they think they probably don't have a real full-time job. They have no skills. So yeah, it would be, it's not even about a black thing. It's just wrong humanly to do that. But they gotta have a plan too.
But you got to understand this too. And again, I don't think us parents think like this because we continue to think that I'm the parent and that's the child. Well, get this. once that child turns 18 and they're still living with you, you can't put them out anyways. You have to go through a whole eviction process because that's their residence too. It's kind of like if that guy or that man or that woman, you all live together, you can't just put them out. Y'all common law and all of that. If that child is getting mail at your house and that child lives there and they're over the age of 18, you cannot just put them out. You have to actually evict them. You have to go to court. I've known a couple of people that had to do it. And I was like, damn, I ain't even never thought about that. But it's true because it's an adult. You can't put them out. You got to evict them. Now, most of the time, in most cases, what happens is that children are willingly ready to leave. But this whole freedom of speech and how we're talking about how these kids are so vocal, best believe you're going to have some that pop their collar and say, what you mean I got to go? I ain't going nowhere. And then here you is thinking is you got to get up out of here. And they're saying, no, I don't, because I know my rights. And they're right. You have to evict them. You have to go through a whole court process. So I would tell you to be careful with just thinking that because you're the parent and you're thinking that you don't have to talk this stuff out with your kid and they're at the age of becoming an adult. It kind of reminds me of it was a comedian. I can't think of who it was. And he was talking about how his white friend would come over to his house all the time and always look at him crazy because it was a different type of upbringing. Right. And he said that when the mom come in there, she would go off on him and say, you're going to clean this room. And, just talking to him crazy. And the white kid looked at him and said, hey, she can't talk to you like that. Right now, she's violating your privacy. She can't bust in. This is your room. She can't bust in your room like this. And he looking like, dude, you better shut up before she come in here and handle both of us. But it's just the opinion of that's how he was raised. And he's figuring she's violating your privacy right now. How dare she come and just open up your door without knocking? And it was funny because it's a different type of upcoming and people think differently. But yes, write that down in your notes, everybody. If you got a child and you're just thinking that I'm gonna let you stay here forever and I shouldn't have to put you out and save your money, you better have some paperwork ready and an understanding of when they leaving, because if not, they don't have to get out. You have to evict them. You have to go to court.
Just to wrap the topic up, parents. If you're helping them stay at your home to help them financially, but all you see is Shein bags coming in and Amazon packages and all, and you know what I'm saying, and you don't see them saving no money, that's when you need to start assigning them bills. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, they're gonna go out in this world and be inexperienced in paying bills because they never had to pay them. Because you always took care of it. They think the lights come on automatically every day by magic, and it's not by hard work and paying the bills. Even though you may have told them that, you also told your kid to clean your room up last weekend and what it looked like. So if you're trying to help them financially, make sure you have in that language. I would say, like Kesha said, put a contract together. Whatever you need to do. But put that in there in your clauses that you need to have. Hey, tell me you need to see them save $200 a month, whatever it is. Yeah. Because some kids don't have any financial goals because they don't know any goals. So create one for them. And if you do take rent, if you can take rent from them and put it aside, to then when they move out, they have a lump sum to walk out of here with, that's cool too. Yeah. Because sometimes you got to trick them. Now maybe wait, look, I need you to give me this my money every month. And then you just put away for them so they don't know it. You a child.
So you already know. I know we are almost at time. Do you have any quotes for us tonight, Dr. Real?
No, I do. All right, y'all. So this is going to be my words of wisdom for this beautiful Wednesday. If people would do more preventive maintenance on their relationship, the repairs will be less costly. That's the first one. All right. So y'all need to make sure, keep it 100, because I'm going to do that all the time. And lastly, when it comes to revelation to a man for past transgressions, you have to clean out all the skeletons out of your closet. Black Lives Matters, all of these skeletons out your closet.
Everything.
Or you will continue to spit out bones. Yeah. And I'm going to drop the mic right there. You better think about it. It might go over your head for a minute. When you come back around, you'll be like, damn. When you watch the rebroadcast, you know what I'm saying, on all available, social media outlets, no matter where you go, we there. You go, damn, that boy be spitting. I'm just trying to say.
Right. That is so right. This has been a really good show, y'all. Continue to enjoy your 420 because it's not over yet. Nope. Also, make sure you're watching all of our other shows. We have Buying and Selling with Bree. She's on every third and fourth Monday of the month. We have the Mamapreneur podcast show that's on Thursdays. She's on every second and fourth Thursday of the month. And you have myself and Dr. Real on every first and third Wednesday of the month. So we ain't got to go home, y'all, but y'all know what we say. We got to definitely get the hell up out of here. We will see you all next time. Make sure that you guys be safe out there. Peace.
Peace.